You're a busy professional. You don't have time for fluff. You need strategies that work, and you need them fast. Welcome to Busy Bro Fast Wellness with me, your host, Alan Welsh. We're here to give you science-backed hacks and actionable tips to boost your focus, minimize friction, and maximize your results. Less time, more impact. It's time to get well, stay strong, and thrive. Let's get to it. Hello and welcome back to Busy Bro Fast Wellness. Now, lately I've been thinking about discipline again. Not the version, really, that people try to sell you on social media, no. That's the version where we are constantly being bombarded with that grind narrative, those early mornings, those 4 a.m. gym sessions and cold plunges that feel more like a cry for help than a health tip. I want to talk about a discipline that's much quieter, much less cool to post about anyway, but infinitely more effective. Sleep. I can hear you yawning now as I say it. But let me explain more. Bear with me, please. As the Dalai Lama says, sleep is the best meditation. And we often think of sleep as recovery, something that we do once everything else is finished. But what if that's the wrong way around? What if sleep is not recovery, but instead it's preparation? Now, there was a time when I was drinking far too much booze. Beer and wine mainly. But it wasn't to the point that it was completely derailing my life. I was still functioning, still working, still getting through the day. But looking back now, it was obvious that my sleep quality was poor. And the knock-on effect was, in fact, huge. Slower thinking, lower energy, less clarity. I wasn't really aware of this at the time. I just continued like it for many years, as if it was the norm. And then a few years ago, I made a change. I confess, I didn't eliminate alcohol completely, but I reduced it significantly. And the difference, well, especially in the mornings, was evident. Sharper thinking, clearer decisions, and more focused. I realized that my lack of discipline during the day was actually just because of a lack of sleep from the night before. And the idea of looking at this topic today was really reinforced while listening to a book by Ryan Holiday, which was called Discipline is Destiny. And he speaks about discipline not as restriction, but as a path to strength and balance. And it struck me that sleep is one of the clearest examples of this. And this isn't just my anecdote. Let's take a look at basketball superstar LeBron James. And people love to talk about his $1.5 million annual investment in his body, the near freezing temperatures of cryotherapy, the personal chefs, the trainers. But LeBron himself says his number one tool, although far less glamorous, is totally free. Sleep. And there is a famous story from his trainer, Mike Mancius, about the LeBron protocol. During the season, the man aims for 10 hours a night. He treats his bedroom like a sanctuary. The temperature is set to exactly 67 degrees, which is 19 degrees, or 19 Celsius, I should say. Every single light-emitting device is banished. And he starts a digital shutdown 45 minutes before he even thinks about hitting the pillow. He isn't just going to bed. He is training. For LeBron, sleep is a competitive advantage. If he doesn't get it, he knows he's just another guy on the court. Okay, most of us don't need to be LeBron James. but we do need to function at our best when the stakes are high. And we know this from research as well, because sleep affects cognitive performance, reaction time, decision-making, emotional regulation. And when sleep is compromised, everything becomes harder. Not impossible, but harder for sure. So here's the shift. Instead of asking, how late can I stay up? Ask, what do I need tomorrow to perform well? Because discipline at night creates freedom the next day. And as I often do, I like to bring something practical into the mix. So here's something simple you can try. It's a short shutdown routine. 30 minutes before bed. Lower the lights. Step away from those screens. Let the day slow down. Maybe a short stretch. Maybe a few slow breaths. Do some box breathing that I've talked about a few times on the show. Nothing complicated, just a simple signal to your system. The day is done. And why would this work? Well, because sleep doesn't start when your head hits the pillow. It starts with what you do beforehand. Small, repeatable actions that make that transition easier. And this is where discipline often shows up, not in big dramatic actions, but in small, quiet decisions. Turn something off. Stop a little earlier. And then you choose what matters most to you in order to function better during the day. And as the great Bruce Lee said, the successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. And you can't have laser-like focus if you're bleary-eyed and running on caffeine and regret. And I love another quote which I mentioned a couple of times as well by Jim Rohn. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. So tonight, try the shutdown. Lower the lights. Step away from those screens. Give your system the signal that the day is over, because the most powerful form of discipline isn't always doing more. Sometimes it's knowing when to stop. This is Busy Pro Fast Wellness. It would be amazing if you could leave me a review on whatever podcast platform you listen to this show on. It really helps those algorithms to attract more people to the show and therefore help others and grow the show as much as I possibly can. It would be brilliant also if you can just like the show or tell other people about the podcast. And apart from that, take care and get some quality rest. See you again on another show. Goodbye for now.